Welcome to our newest STAG Chargers. My name is Eric Olson, and I'm the principal of Amos Alonzo STAG High School. The purpose of this video is to provide our newest Chargers, students and parents, a little bit of information about the start of their school year. Certainly the 2020-2021 school year is starting in a way that we had never anticipated. But the lessons that we learned in the spring served us well, and we believe that the start of this school year can be equally as successful for all students. I'd first like to share a little bit of information about STAG's administrative team. Myself, Eric Olson, principal, Dr. Katie McMillan, our associate principal, Dr. Ian McLeod, the associate principal, and Ms. Mary Pat Carr, our assistant principal, all make up the main office leadership team. We are supported by a number of very, very important individuals and administrators. These include our directors, our athletic director, Mr. Terry Treasure, our guidance director, Dr. Katie Meter, our special services director, Gail Rubio, and our head dean, Danielle Lusby. Our division chairs are Craig Ebel for math and business, Sandy Meck for English, EL, and music, Doug Bozich for PE, driver's ed, and health, Joe Siskowski for Science, Applied Tech, and Family and Consumer Science, and Zach Spohr for Social Studies, World Languages, and Art. If you have questions about specific courses or curriculum in math, English, PE, science, social studies, please do not hesitate to reach out to these individuals. Their email addresses and contact information can be found on the school website. I first just want to take a moment to explain some of the services that STAG High School offers. Our Pupil Personnel Services, or PPS, is a group of professionals who are dedicated to helping our students in areas of both academics and social and emotional growth. Here's a list of all of the members of our PPS staff. You'll see next to many of the names are colors, white, blue, and orange. These are our STAG teams for PPS that are organized so that families can identify who important individuals are in their students' high school. For instance, on the orange team, the head dean is Jerry Palumbo. Your counselor may be Leah Ellis, and your social worker may be Randy James. If you're a member of the orange team, those individuals with that color next to their name are organized to provide you services. Now, a little bit about our dean's office. Our dean's office is an office that provides services in a number of different areas. Oftentimes, we associate the dean's office with discipline, but they provide critical services related to transportation, student IDs, lockers. They house our lost and found. They coordinate our student parking. They focus on conflict resolution. They are a place to go to with concerns about safety. They also take care of our attendance as well. At STAG High School, we're a Say Something school. And our Say Something program began with the work of the Sandy Hook Foundation. At STAG, we will teach your child to say something if they're concerned about their safety, the safety of the school, or the safety of someone else. Your child will learn who trusted adults are, that they can provide information when they are concerned about something. Students are taught the difference between snitching and reporting. Parents are encouraged to also say something to any member of the staff if they have any sort of concern. And all concerns that are brought forward are taken very seriously, and we follow up with each and every situation that is presented to us. In a remote setting, this is no different. I want to take a moment to review the packet pickup information that was provided to you yesterday when you came and picked up your packet and your Chromebook. Yesterday, you received a Charger Pride face mask, a lanyard, an ID with group and bus route information, a student planner, a document packet with all sorts of information that you need to begin the school year, return to school technology information, information on streaming live, social emotional resources, and student daily health checklists for when our students eventually return to campus. Now, I'm going to take a moment and share this information with you in detail. The first page of your packet lists our groups, Group A, B, C, and D. While we are in our Return to Learn plan, we will be utilizing these groups to organize our students. They are broken down by alphabet. Group A are all students with the last name A through D. Group B is all students whose last names are E through K. Group C are all students whose last names begin with L through Q. And Group D are letters R through Z. Next is provided our regular schedule, remote learning, and hybrid learning bell schedule. This schedule will be used beginning on Monday, August 24th. 0 hour begins at 8:35. Our advisory begins at 9:30. First hour begins at 10:04. Third at 10:44. Fourth at 11:24. Fifth, 12:11, and so on. Now you may notice that we're missing a second hour. In our normal schedule, our advisory is held during second hour. But now that we've transitioned into a remote setting, we have elected to move that advisory period to first hour or just before first hour to provide supports to our students before they begin their academic sessions. Included in your packet is welcome back information from our technology department. Some useful reminders. Make sure that your Chromebook is always fully charged, and information on how to log into our computer system. We will be heavily utilizing our student management system, Skyward, and all students will be utilizing this in their first days of classes to access their classes through Google Meet. For our freshmen and transfer students on their first day, they will go into their Skyward account, look in the message center, and they will see a message from each one of their students along with the period number that that student has class. All a student needs to do is click on that link to access their Google Meet link, which will take them to the video streaming for that class. Gmail will be heavily utilized, and every student at Stagg High School has a Gmail account. We also encourage all of our parents to make sure that their email information is correct in our system. Email will be our primary mode of sharing information with our students and our parents. Google Meet is how you will connect with your teachers online. And as I said before, teachers will send the link, the Google Meet link, also through Canvas and Google Classroom, but in the first days, the links will be posted in Skyward Message Center. Students, you will learn more about Canvas and Google Classroom from your individual teachers. ClassLink is a dashboard for all the apps that you will be utilizing at Stagg High School in one location. As I shared, Canvas and Google Classroom are learning management systems that our teachers use to share information, distribute assignments, and even give quizzes and tests along with coordinating projects. Google Drive is a place where you will house all of the documents, projects, and work that you do in high school. Important to note that before the first day of school, you need to log into your Chromebook and Skyward and follow the steps outlined on the first page of this packet. All students and all parents were emailed their student login when just a few weeks ago. So please, if you have not accessed it yet, check that email, or if you were able to attend packet pickup, a sticker was adhered to a piece of paper that has temporary password information on there. Next is a letter from Mr. John Connolly, our Chief Technology Officer. Please read through this carefully. The information on here provides information regarding our video program, video streaming, and expectations for our students. The following pages are the same letter from Mr. John Connolly, but provided in multiple languages. Next is information regarding Stagg High School's social and emotional support and resources. We included information for national help hotlines. And we also provided several copies of our student health checklist. Now, students will not need to utilize this at this point in time as we are fully remote, but we expect at some point in time that students will return. And these are paper copies of the student health checklist that all students will be required to complete prior to entering the school campus. So please don't throw these away, hang on to them. We are confident that one day we will be transitioning back with students coming to school. So let's talk about the first days, August 20th and 21st. These are first days only for freshmen and transfer students. Again, we are organized by groups based on alpha splits, so please pay attention to what group your child is a member of. On Thursday, Group A and B will be following a virtual schedule run-through. I'll explain that virtual schedule run-through in just a moment. Group C will have the opportunity to come onto campus for a brief building tour. And then Group D has another time to do that tour in the afternoon. On Friday, we flip, and Group C and D will be participating in the virtual schedule run-through, and Groups A and B have the opportunity to come onto campus for a tour. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about the building tours. These tours are completely optional to students. Parents will drop off students at the main entrance within their time frame. Our main entrance is located on the north side of our building. Parents will then be asked to drive through the north drive to the east lot where they will wait to pick up their child. Their tour will be very short, only about 10 minutes, so don't drive off. During the tour, we're going to highlight important parts of our building. Students will receive some Stagg swag. They'll be introduced to the actual physical building and the different parts of the building, and it's an opportunity for students to begin the process to feel good about being a Stagg Charger. The idea of starting remotely is something that is uncomfortable to everyone, and we want our students to understand that although we are starting remotely, they're members of a school building, they're members of a school, and we want them to get the opportunity to be exposed to that in their first days of high school. Now, for students who are participating in the virtual schedule run-through, please pay attention to this schedule. This schedule is an abbreviated timeline for students to attend each one of their classes virtually. Again, students need to log into their Skyward account, and they will find links sent by their teachers to their account by period. During virtual schedule run-throughs, students will have the opportunity to meet their teacher, begin to make connections with other students, and form relationships with everyone in their learning community. They'll learn a little bit about the course that they're taking. They'll practice the log-in process that they'll be expected to use for Monday. And most importantly, begin to build a little bit of confidence in working within the remote setting. After all the students on Thursday and Friday go through their transfer day and new freshman schedules, we have a break with the weekend. And then August 24th, we begin our first all day for students remotely. Now you're going to follow the revised schedule that was provided on the cover sheet of the packet that was given to you during packet pickup. And students are going to enter classes just as they did on their remote run-through of their schedule on Thursday or Friday. Here's the bell schedule for the regular school days. Now, it's important to note that on Wednesdays, students will start their classes a little bit later at 10:04, as we will not have 0 hour and we will not have advisory on Wednesdays. But on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, that most students will begin their day virtually in advisory at 9:30. Our fully remote plan is designed to mirror our blended on-site plan as much as possible to assure a smooth transition should the district need to move between stages based on the Restore Illinois phases. The same bell schedule is going to be used in the fully remote as the blended on-site. And as I shared, classes will be held 5 days per week, the same as if they were in a blended model. Traditional grading and attendance procedures will be in place. That means that they are expected to log into their class right before the beginning of the period, and they will be working with their teacher, both directly and via projects, for that entire period, and they will check out of that class with that teacher before leaving class and then entering their next class. Just imagine it is the same as a regular high school where students are in class the entire period, they have a brief passing period, and then they enter their next class. But instead of walking down the hallway, they're moving and clicking on the next link to their next class. So again, this is much of the same information again, but students attend the class for the entire period, and all teachers are going to use Google Meet as our video conference program. Some schools are using Zoom. I'm using Zoom for recording this, but in order for there to be consistency for all of our students and their families, our teachers will be using Google Meet. Now, I wanted to provide you with a little information from our technology department with this nifty little video here about all the virtual tools for classrooms, meetings, and storage. So that's just a brief little summary of all of the technological supports that Stagg High School and District 230 provides our students and parents. Certainly this is a lot of information to absorb, and I just want to tell you, be patient. We're going to be patient with our students as we ease them into a new school system in a completely new format of remote learning. But we encourage you to ask questions. As was shown in the video, if you have technology questions, all you need to do is email help@d230.org. I've gotten a lot of questions from parents regarding things like supplies and their schedules. So I just want to take a moment to talk about those sorts of things. Schedules can be found for our students on their Skyward account, and parents, you can access their schedules from your parent portal. In the coming days of school, all teachers will provide students and parents a syllabus, and in that syllabus is contained any information regarding supplies, expectations, all of those sorts of things. So for those of you who are concerned about running out and do I have the right notebooks and do I have the right binders, all of those sorts of things, you're not going to need those on the very first day. And the syllabus will be provided that will list all the things that your child is going to need for that specific course, along with a period of time that we give students to acquire all of those things. All students already have their handbooks and IDs, and also their Chromebooks as well. So all of that we've worked to try and pre-distribute to students. Again, some of the really kind of key pieces of technology for both students and parents. First is our student management system, Skyward. There's also a mobile app that you can go into your app store and download, and that there's differences between a parent login and a student login. So each one has different information contained within it. So it's very important. Don't have your child log into the parent login. It won't work because they're not going to have the links and things that have been sent out. Conversely, there may be information that are contained solely within Skyward that you're not necessarily for parents that students are not going to find on there. So make sure you're using the correct login. In there also, we have the ability to send out emails to students and to parents. And again, as I shared before, that is the place to go to find students' schedules. And most importantly, in the first days, all students need to log in to find the links to their classes. So here's some information on how to find out what's going on. Again, check out the website, calendar of events, social media. Follow us at Stagg High School. We are really working hard to get our digital footprint out there, our social media footprint, and we have lots of important information that we put out through Twitter, but also a lot of fun stuff too, celebrating what goes on in the classroom and all of our students and their successes. Please make a point of reading the newsletter. That's something that gets sent to parents, and oftentimes it's skipped over or just or just deleted. There's important information in there. Take a little bit of time to read it. Those newsletters will begin being sent out next month. Most important, ask your student about what's going on. Ask them about what's going on in the classroom. And a great time to do that is to set time, even dinner. I know how difficult it is to get the family together, particularly with everyone's busy schedules. But I can't tell you how important it is for there to be a time for a family to sit down together and ask about each other's days. 9 times out of 10, students will not give you much information. They'll say, you know, if you ask, how was your day? They'll say, I don't know, okay. But ask each and every time, because one day they're going to tell you something really important, and you're going to be glad that you had that routine, that tradition of asking your child how their day was. We also send out automated calls and email blasts as well. So again, I encourage you, make sure that your email information with the school is correct. If you are not receiving emails, please contact our guidance office and they will update that information. But again, if you don't have the habit of checking your email regularly, I would ask that you make a point of doing that moving forward. And then in our packet pickup materials, there was a ton of really important information that you need to take time and read through, both you and your child. And as always, don't hesitate to contact any of us. This here is our Charger Pride, what we call our Charger Pride statement. And students came up with this saying a number of years ago, at least 15 years ago. And when we say Charger Pride, we mean coming together, embracing our challenges, celebrating our diversity, and honoring our traditions, inspiring us to achieve excellence in our studies, our activities, and ourselves. For future generations, we are forever orange and blue. We have never faced challenges like we have before, and it's going to require all of our Charger Pride to achieve the success that we know is innate in each and every one of our students. So thank you for taking the time. Hopefully this helps you in creating a short little bridge as we get your child started here at Stagg High School in the remote learning environment. Please feel free to email me at any time. This is my email address, eolsen@d230.org. It's important, it's OLSEN, and I will get back to you very, very quickly. If you have questions specific to your child's schedule, contact the guidance department, special education, our special services department, and of course, technology can always be reached at help@d230.org. I can't tell you how excited I am to begin the school year. Even this way, there is nothing like getting a fresh new group of Chargers here, and we look forward to partnering with you in this venture of remote learning, and we are confident and looking forward to a transition back to having students in our school. It's where they belong. We miss them tremendously, but we are so excited to be able to begin working with them in this virtual setting. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones, and as always, Go Chargers.